right. Let's see what we got going on today on the EURUSd trading pair. This is the 5-minute chart right here, the 1 hour chart over here. You can see all this action from the last few days. Let's see if we can look at the weekly. We're kind of in between right now, but we are underneath what was support at the time. Also, before we get into it too much, this is not financial advice. This is education and a little bit of entertainment, because I am trying to educate myself on how to become a better trader with lots of experience, lots of mistakes, and lots of wisdom gained from all of that. Probably turn this down. So I would not recommend trading to the faint of heart, because it is not easy and it takes a lot of time and dedication. A lot of hard work, a lot of emotional beatings, so to speak. You will be humbled. You will be made humbled from trading. So it's I don't recommend it. And if you do want to get into trading, trade at your own risk, trade at your own peril, because I really can't recommend this at all. If you like a challenge, if you like trying to figure stuff out, if you like just being in it, then you might want to try trading. Otherwise, this is not, once again, not for the faint of heart. So that is the preface. Do not copy my trades. Do not trade like me. Do not think that this is going to make you rich overnight, because it will not. It will make you rich over time. And time can be anywhere between a year, 5 years. I've heard 7 years before people got profitable. So it's a varying array of brutality. Let's put it that way. So with that said, let's go ahead and look at the chart. So this is the last week. This is the week we're on, and you can see we have really big bearish action just stepping in. You don't have to be an expert to see that. So my previous analysis had price going up. We had to change that because price is now heading down, and it looks like it might even go lower, because so this is the weekly, and on the 1 hour chart here, we can see that price has broken below support. It looks like it's about to retest, and high probability is a rejection of support to somewhere lower. Because you can see the movement that we're making from range to range. So we have a range here. We can even circle that or just highlight it. We have a range here. Price broke down and began trading in the range here. And then price is breaking down from this range, and it looks like it might keep going lower. So that's what we're seeing, that kind of price action. And if we look left, we can see that the next point of interest before buyers decided to take the price up was about right here at 7,800. And you can see the big bullish action right there. We have a range right in here, and then buyers stepped in and decided, yeah, we're gonna buy, and we're gonna take it up. And then they took price up to about 11,400 before they started bringing price down. So somebody up here is getting filthy, stinking rich, just unloading everything. And could have been me, could have been you, could have been us. This could have been us, but we noobs. That's what's the problem. We as noobs, and we don't know this kind of thing yet. We haven't been in the market long enough to understand the ebbs and the flows. I'm looking at a year and a half. It'll be 2 years in June that I've been studying nonstop trading, and I'm barely grasping the ideas and kind of understanding what is going on. And I'm trying to come at this from a professional point of view. I'm not trying to get in and maximize profits and try to break the bank. I'm looking at this as this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is the career path that I'm on, and I'm treating it as such. So let's continue to analyze this. We are in the Tokyo market right now, so we can turn this on, turn on our market sessions, and we can see that we are in the Tokyo market. Tokyo has opened, and it's looking bullish, but once again, support has now become resistance, so we'll paint that red, and we can probably bring this down to where the next area that the buyer stepped in, which is right here. So this is now support. And as we're testing resistance, odds are that we are going to come back to this point. If it drops, I mean, if it continues to go up, then stranger things have happened. But just based on this movement, we're going to be probably in this area for a while, because we have been building ranges. Look at a range up here, might have a range right here, and then a break. So what is it, Tuesday? We might get this sometime at the end of the week. It also depends on the news, what the news says. With a lot of, I stay out of the news because the news is good for creating volatility in the market and for catching nice big runs and for gambling. So I stay out of the news. If I'm in a trade that happened to be overnight and then ends up still open during the news, I'll kind of brace myself for what's going to happen. And if I don't like the action, then I'll close the trade, or I'll just let it ride out the volatility until things stabilize. And it's interesting because in my short time studying the market, I've come to believe that price action is king, that people follow price and gamblers follow news. So you can see price will move and hit points naturally. It will go to supplies. It'll go to demand areas. Naturally, there's bounces. So this is a huge bounce right here, but you can kind of make out the overall bounce up here, and there's like an arc to it. So there seems to be a natural rhythm to the market that just happens naturally. And you can ride these, catch them, and then just play it that way. Or you can trade the news, and depending on whether one economy is doing better than another at a certain point in time, you can play that way. There's so many different ways to trade, and that's one of the things I enjoy about trading, is that you can follow any guru on YouTube, and they're not telling you anything new. They're not telling you anything that's going to help you out. They're basically throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing if you'll eat it, if it's ready, or if it's good, if it sticks. And your job is to find something that sticks and run with it. So when you do good with a strategy or a technique, then add that to your arsenal and discard everything else. I started trading using the 930 crossover. it would be when, let me see if I can pull up an indicator. These are all the indicators that I've used over the years, and I don't use indicators anymore. Let me see, this might be the one. Yeah, so here we go, it's set up already. So we have a 14 and a 30 moving average. And when the, is this the 30? I can't remember what the colors meant now. Let's see. So yeah, the dark blue is the 30 and the light blue is the 14. So when the dark blue crossed over, so the 30 crosses over the 9 moving average, the light blue one, then you know it's good for a sell. But you could tell it's good for a sell just by looking at the price action. You don't need to look at moving averages or lines or graphs or indicators. If you study the action, if you see what it's been doing, if you can see, okay, so there's a what's it called, a resistance up here, and you can see that in the movement. Keeps hitting here, coming down, hitting here, coming down, hitting here, doesn't quite make it, and by the time the indicator tells you, hey, this is a go for it, it's usually too late, because you can see the indicator crossed over way over here, and you can catch a little bit, and then you can just continue riding it. But my whole intent on trading was to get good enough to where I didn't need indicators. The only indicator I use now is a average daily range, which I really don't use all that much, so I could probably just get rid of that, because I don't use it. I don't use it all that much. It just takes up my screen. And I kind of just feel for the market. I get a feel for what's happening and what's going on. And the other indicator I use is market sessions, where it shows me where the markets open and when they close. Actually, it just shows me when they open, and then it goes into the next one. So we are in the Tokyo, and as we saw earlier, we had the moving averages cross over and just bring us all the way down and then kind of level out down here, which obviously you can see that's happening. You can see that it's coming back up to retest this area right here where we have that resistance, which was once support, where we had labeled right there where it was support, where the buyer stepped in and kept pushing price up but couldn't get it high enough, and then it broke again. So if we're looking on the 1 hour and we want to trade on the 5 minute, we're at the top of the zone right here. So we could start looking to trade for a sell at this point in the Tokyo market, because odds are we're going to be butting up against this zone right here. We could probably make that a lot thicker too. Right there. It's probably the whole zone, the whole area that it could come up and just bounce around in here. Let's kind of give a visual of what we're looking at possibly happening. Something like this. Back to support. And I'm not saying it's all going to happen in Tokyo. This could happen over a few sessions. I need to really get that straight, because I usually draw these this small and then it ends up happening, but over a longer period of time, like a couple days. And then it's like, well, I didn't really necessarily mean that it was all going to happen in one session. This is what I'm expecting to happen over a long period of time. So I did end up opening a small account, and we can probably put some trades in. But before we do that, it's just a $50 account. It's a 500 to 1 margin. I'm not going to use all 500. I'm going to strictly deal with 1.01 micro lots. That's going to be my area, because I'm not trying to blow up my account. I'm just trying to get better. I'm trying to gain confidence. And as we can see, there is resistance in this area, and they are really pushing. You can see right here they're really trying, and nobody's making any headway. Let me make that a little thicker. So we are looking at selling because we are expecting price to come back down to support before any other attempts are made to retry resistance. So we can go ahead and look at this, the 5-minute, and then we'll trade on the 1-minute chart. We got the 1-minute chart already loaded here. We have our PZ TradePad version 420, gnarly. And we are going to look for any opportunity to sell because we are, as you can see in the chart, we are in the land of the sellers. So anytime we're in the land of the sellers, this is not for buying. Any other move up is not for buying. We will be selling. I had a couple sells in here, but I closed those. And then I opened my new account, so we'll get started. Let's start trading. Our plan is to sell. I'll probably open up one right here, and then we'll see how it goes. So let's jump over to the MetaTrader. All right, and I already have this set up for, oh, I guess I don't anymore. It reset. So I had that set up for 35. Take profit was 3. Oh, okay, I gotta change this to fixed lot. There we go. And our lot size will be 0.01. There we go. All right, so now anytime I feel a sell coming on, I'll go ahead and sell it. And since we're already at the top, I'm just going to go ahead and open my first sell right here. And you can see 30 cents later, we got that. But you can see the price is up here, but my order opened down here because of spread. And I'm not worried about that. Usually it catches. It has a chance to catch up, and it's such a small little bit of space that it never really worries me. And we have our stop loss all the way up here. Am I gonna let price go to stop loss? I try not to. This is a problem with my psychology that I've been having lately, where I do let price get higher, and it usually happens when I'm running a test and I have the speed turned up normal than average. Like this is a 1-minute chart, so you can see that it takes these bars a while to finish. And now we got price going down, which is exactly what we want to see. And we can even do our analysis on here. So if we go back to the 1 hour, look at all my charts right there. I mean, all my lines from previous times. So we have, where was it? This right here was support. No, yeah, that was support, but it's now resistance. So we can make that red. And then we'll bring this down here where this is support, because this is where the buyer stepped in. And we'll turn that green. Where is my lime? There it is. All right. So we can zoom out now to the 5-minute. We got support up here. I mean, resistance up here. This is our average. It shows us how many orders we have open, what our average pips look like, and what our profit looks like. So now we are currently down 0.9. Oh, now we're down 1.3 pips, and that is 13 cents. Kind of to help you manage your money better. And we can see down here with $50, our equity is currently at 49. Our margin level is 2,296, which is perfect. We don't want it any lower than 100%. We really don't want to get it close to 100%. The furthest away from 100% we can get it, the better. And if we're expecting price to let's see, to possibly come up above here. I don't want to put all my money down here if I can add some more cells up here, up here, up here. That is a technique that I learned from Jean at Jasper Forex, and he's on YouTube, and where I used to just go in hard with the first order. Like I would put maybe 0.05 here and then watch price go up and be like, oh no, and then stop out. I'll put 0.01 here, and if it goes up, 0.01 there. If it goes up, 0.01, and that's what this space is for. That's what 35 pip stop loss isn't really a stop loss. It's a 35 pip playground where if this is doing bad and price keeps going up, maybe I'll throw in a sell here, and then, or I can throw in a sell up here, and if price comes down to the middle, I can close out both trades. If it continues to go up, and I'm definitely expecting price to return to come back down, then I will just add more, hit the stop loss, but keep adding, because the stop loss isn't going to stop me. Which is why with a $50 account, you want to trade with 0.1 or 0.01. You want to trade with micro lots, because this is $3.50. Whereas if I was trading with 0.05 or even 0.1, this would be like $30. And looking at that kind of loss with a $50 account is it's a confidence destroyer. It's a psychological breaker. It will ruin you. But if I'm looking at a $3.50 loss, that's manageable. That's reasonable. I can live with that. And I don't feel like a complete loser. I just feel like, well, I just need to manage my money a little bit better. And I mean, this is live. We're trading live right now. It's the Tokyo market. So just like in the other one, except the colors are backwards. Green is Tokyo, red is London, and blue is the US of A, the New York market. And we have one trade in right now. And that's all I do, is I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to watch and I'm going to wait. And if price moves, then I'll jump in. But price hasn't really moved right now. It's kind of just ranging. Tokyo has been open for... How long has Tokyo been open? Tokyo's been open since 6 o'clock? So 6 o'clock, and it's for 2 hours only. And as you can see, the first 2 hours are the best. And then it'll get a little bit stagnant until about 10, 11, it'll start to move again. And then 11 to 12, it'll really start to pick up. 1 o'clock, I think Frankfurt opens, and that's 1 o'clock Central. So it'd be 2 o'clock Eastern time, 2 o'clock New York time. I should just go by New York time. So 2 o'clock New York time, Frankfurt opens, and you'll see volatility start to pick up. You'll see the action really start to move. And that is all in preparation for the London Open. So we're just waiting. And right here, if it's green, that means we're so close to our take profit, which our take profit is... Oh, wait, it's right here. 30 cents. Isn't that funny? All of this for a mere 30 cents. But with scalping and with the way I was trained with John was it's one trade, but you're going to put it in multiple times. Like I said, if it gets up here, I'll put in another sell. If it gets up here, I'll put up sells all the way up. And right now we are completely at our resistance. So you got to be really, really into this to sit through something like this. This is why people like to trade the news and like to trade the opens, because that's where a lot of the action happens. People like to trade on big news days like NFP or farm pay or non-farm pay. That's the non-farm payroll. Things like that, or interest rate hikes or interest rate news. People trade that because there's a chance there that you could put in a trade and you could win big. It's super risky, but I guess it beats doing this and watching the bars move inch by inch. See, look, this bar closes in 13 seconds. We're just watching. Oh, it's going up. No, no, no. I need you to go down. I need you to go down. That's better. Thank you. All right. Now, if you could just come down here, that would make me so happy. Oh, I like what I'm seeing. You are doing great. That is fantastic. Just keep coming down. Just keep coming down. Keep it coming. Nope. All right. It's not that exciting, is it? But once the market starts to move, then it gets exciting. So like right here, for example, if I was a seller and I started selling right here, right here, right here, would have closed all those trades right there. And then I'm selling here, 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 closed the top trades, but these lower ones would have stayed. If I would have sold here, sold here, sold here, we would have closed the top two and then anticipated on these ones closing somewhere in the future, because we are expecting price to come down. And that's how it does. That's essentially how I was trained, was to trade like that. And that's why you go in with smaller lot size, because eventually you're going to get the whole kit and caboodle. You're just not going to get it all up front. You're going to get one. If you sell here, you're going to get it when it comes back down. If you sell here, you're going to get it when it comes back down. If you sell here, you're going to get it when this finally comes back down. And it'll all eventually just add up. Let's say you're making 100 trades a day, and this is how you do it. But then you got that one bad trade where it hits stop loss all the way up here, and that's the one that brings you back to break even, to what you entered with. You can make, and that's why it's important to manage these trades. That's why it's important not to throw everything in at once, because you're going to need space to not blow an entire account with this kind of price movement where you're losing $3.50. And so the other secret is to get good at 0.01 and get comfortable losing $3.50, so that when you're at $500, you get comfortable at losing $30.50. But you're also going to be making a lot more because your size is going to increase. So you'll go from 0.01 to 0.1 to 0.5 to 1 standard. And then the only thing that changes really is the decimal point. So instead of 30 cents, you're making $3. Instead of $3, you're making $30. Instead of $30, you're making $300. But it all starts small. That's another thing that Jean tells us. He says, you got to go slow. No, he says, slow is smooth, but smooth is fast. And it sounds crazy. It sounds counterintuitive, but it just sounds crazy and counterintuitive. In practice, it kind of works. You can watch on his YouTube channel, the Jasper Forex Trading, where every morning he does live trading sessions where he uses this technique. He shows you how it works, and he's been profitable. I think he's caught about 7,000 pips so far since December, I think. which is not bad. Not bad at all. And so see, we have it coming down just a little bit more. We are now in profit, 11 cents. Doesn't seem like much, but remember, as you get better at this, you increase your size and that decimal place gets switched. It gets bigger and bigger. And I mean, this is really all there is to it. And the good thing about the Tokyo session, it's kind of a range. So price is going to come down and then it's going to go back up, so we can sell, and then price will come down again and then go back up and we sell, and we just repeat the process. And there, oh, look how close it is. We are at 22 cents now. We are almost about to hit take profit. Let's do this. Look at now, it's just looking at it. It's like, do I want to? I don't know. I kind of like it up here. I don't want to go down there. Why don't I just stay here? I'm just gonna take a break. I'm gonna sit and smell the flowers. Just gonna sit there and maybe I'll cross. I think I'll go for it. He's thinking, am I gonna stay over here or am I gonna come back up? Do I want to go back or do I want to stay? I think I'll go. Bam, closed. You saw that. Pretty nifty, huh? And that's how it's done. We closed our first winning trade, and you can see right there our balance is now $50.30. We are 30 cents richer. I'm gonna go buy myself some penny candy. All right, now the next thing we're looking for is, okay, when are we going to get a move up? We're waiting for that move up so we can sell it. We are going to sell to the buyers. And another thing we can do is if we want to kind of look at the move that's being made, let's close that. We can put... Let's see, when did the seller step in? They stepped in about right here, and they started pushing price down. Trying to select that. Okay, properties. Let's make that crimson. Right there. Okay. So here's where the seller stepped in, and then we have the buyers stepped in down here. So we may be looking at a move as low as this. Let's turn that lime green. So this is the range we could be looking at right here. And if we turn left, yep, that was the move right there. So possible to come down to here. So I could have kept that trade open, expecting it to move, but, you know, I'm just trying to make a quick 30 cents here and there. I'm not trying to catch the big moves yet. During London, I might start looking for much wider ranges. I'll start looking for either support or resistance. So if price bounces up here, definitely I'll put my stop loss all the way down here. So if it crosses over here, I'm going to start selling down here. I mean, I'm going to start looking for targets at support. And what happened to my other SNRs? Huh, weird. Okay. Oh, I think we got an opportunity here. Did it? No, price is still going down. So we can look... Let's see. Draw a trend line. So we have right here. This is not exactly what I wanted to do. Kind of wanted to do. Let's see. Oops. Good grief. This is what's it called? Trading View, everybody. Trading View. It's extremely rudimentary, but it gets the job done. So let's turn that crimson. Nope, that's orange red. Crimson's right there. All right. And then let me see if we could insert lines, horizontal trend line. Maybe we can do boxes. Yeah, rectangle. So we have an area right here, which is our immediate resistance. And then we have this area right here, right below it. So about right here, there's a zone. And then we have another one right here. About here. That could be a zone of interest, place where price has returned several times, and then it bounced off and broke, and then it bounced off here, and then it came back to this area again, and then it's just bouncing right in here. So these are all areas that we could have potential price action. So see that kind of right there. And then this isn't stuff that I made up. This is what I learned from Jean. But it's super interesting that this is the kind of thing that I learned from Jean, because this is kind of what I was looking for. Something like this kind of training. And I'm not going to say that you should go to Jasper Forex and sign up for his mentorship program, but I did, and it's worked for me, and it's made me a better trader. But what I would recommend is give it a shot, give it a try. You have to try things until you find the teacher that's right for you. You find the guy that is going to help you get better, because I've been through so many people just looking for the one that's like, I like what you're saying, but it's not really clicking. I like what you're saying, but it's not over and over again. And it's funny, a lot of the guys that where I found when I was really first starting, like my first few months to my first year, are being exposed by, what is it, iMan Trading. And he just did an episode on the moving average. And I kind of got an icky feeling, which is why I stopped going to the trading floor. It just didn't feel like I was learning anything. I didn't feel like it was supportive enough for new traders. It felt extremely gimmicky. It was more of a brand than anything. And now I'm seeing that, yeah, that was the case. So I'm glad I saved myself. I was in their group for 2 months before I got out, before I stopped paying for it, and was like, yeah, I need something more. I need something in depth. And then, of course, I followed the Trading Geek. I think every new beginner from 2020 forward followed the Trading Geek. And I was on board until he started offering mentorships, and the mentorships were like $1,500, and I just couldn't imagine that there was anything useful in a $1,500 mentorship that you couldn't really get from just studying, from just learning yourself. All right, so I see a little bit of action. We're going to go ahead and open a sell order right here because we're getting that reverse N that I like so much. Let's put in a sell order right there. We can delete all these because this is when you've been trading enough and setting these up enough, after a while you don't even need them. You can just see them without having to see them. You'll just see all the areas. And I'm not saying I'm such a professional that I can see the matrix. Now, no, what I'm saying is that I've honed this skill, that I've trained. This is something that I've worked on to where I can see it now. Like, okay, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. These are all the points where I'm going to buy. And of course, I'm still going to buy here because we are still bouncing around up here. And that's one of the things that really helped me become a better trader. I'm not going to say a good trader or a profitable trader, but it's helped me become better. Was I had a real idea of what kind of trader I wanted to be. And it was, once I learned about price action, I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to know price action, because I don't want to have to use indicators. As a new trader, one thing that you're told over and over again about indicators is that they're lagging. It's a lagging indicator. And then you're like, what the heck does that even mean? And what it means is that the indicator isn't necessarily up to date. The indicator just shows you the past. And you have to kind of fill in the present and the future. And that's what led me to stop using indicators altogether. It was like, okay, well, if it's just showing me the past and it's going to be up to me to kind of forecast, then I should just get better at not using an indicator. I should just learn how to look at the chart and be able to tell what's happening. So I sought out, what is this? What kind of trading is that? What kind of strategy is that? What kind of techniques are these? And I learned about price action, and I was like, okay. And then I heard the term naked chart, and I was like, naked chart, that's exactly what I want. I just want my chart to be naked. When I look at my chart, I want there to be as little as possible on it. So that's what I've kind of practiced, and that's how I've trained, is that way. To just be able to look at the price and say, okay, I became the moving average. I became the supply and resistance, the support and resistance viewer. Like, I can see, okay, I can see the support here, and I can see the resistance there, and I can see where the buyer stepped in, and I can see where the sellers kicked in, without having to fill up my chart with all kinds of stuff. And that's why you see basically the only things I use now are just, here's the block for London, here's the block for New York, and here's the block for Tokyo. That's basically all I use. And then I'll draw support and resistance. That's it. And the more I do it, the better I get. Because I do all this just to show you guys stuff. I don't need all that. And eventually, I plan on getting rid of these too. Oops, not that. Well, yeah, even that. I plan on getting rid of being able to just tell, okay, so Tokyo starts here, New York starts here, to be in the market so deep that I know where these squares, I know where the starts are, I know where the closes are, I know where the overlaps are. But that's going to take a little bit more time, because to like visually see that, other than looking at the clock. But here on the 5-minute chart, you're like, okay, here's where I start. It's like somewhere in here. Anyway, let's go check out how we're doing. We're still up. And with this current trade, we are out. We are currently in drawdown, 17 cents. Oh my goodness, 17 cents. It's too much. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm going to lose 17 cents on this one. Nah, see, 17 cents, that's why you go small, because 17 cents is a drop in the bucket. You don't worry about it. It's not going to create friction. You know, it's not going to make you stress out. You can be like, okay, could I enter another one here? I mean, I could. That would put me at that would take my margin level up or down. And I don't think this is a far enough gap that I want to get in yet. I kind of want to, let's see if it gets up here to this, the current Tokyo high. Let's keep that one up. So right here, this is the Tokyo high right now. And this is what we're pushing against. I've been thinking about doing a video on why I got into trading, my journey, my first year as a trader, and what you can really expect to learn when you decide that you want to try trading. And it's funny because while I appreciate what iMan Trading is doing, exposing the fake gurus, I also think it's a rite of passage for new traders to kind of get scammed that way, because you get smarter that way. If you don't get scammed, then you don't learn. You won't know what to look for the next time. And you're more likely to get scammed again. So we need people like the Trading Geek. We need people like the Moving Average or any of the other guys who've been exposed thus far. Because it's a rite of passage. It makes you wiser. It helps you kind of whittle away what you're not looking for. It's kind of like when I was talking about my dream job, or when I was looking for my dream job. I just kept saying, "Oh, I'm looking for my dream job. I just want my dream job. I just want to make money, more money. I want a job that's going to pay me a lot of money. And I don't care what I got to do." And I used to think about that a lot. I used to be like, man, you know, if you don't care about what people get paid tons just to be in porno. And not even tons, it's easy money. Plus you get to bang. It's like, I mean, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. But it's like, that's not what I want though. It's like, okay, so then you don't want a job where you're making easy money. So what exactly are you looking for? And so I would apply at this place. I would apply at this factory. I would apply at this job. I would apply at this warehouse. I would apply at this mill or that mill. And time and time again, I'd turn down job after job. I'm going to go ahead and put in another cell here. I'd turn down job after job because I didn't like something about it. It just wasn't there. Didn't offer what I was looking for. Until finally, I started my own business. Me and my wife, we started our own business, and I thought this would be the dream job because we're working for ourselves and we make our own hours and we don't have to answer to nobody. But it turns out that's not true. Even if you go into business for yourself, your customers are your boss. And sometimes your customers can be worse than an actual boss. And worse than that, you are your own boss. And if you're driven, if you're a perfectionist, if you strive to be the best, then you as a boss is the worst boss you could ever have. I am my worst boss. And so I realized this isn't my dream job. Being my own boss and having my own business, this isn't what I'm looking for. And working for myself and working long hours and sleeping in my truck in the parking lot so that I can get on the next shift because we don't have any employees yet. And so I got to do everything myself. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't my dream job. And that's when I realized, okay, so now you know what you don't want. What do you really want? And I was like, what I really want is to make the most amount of money with the least amount of effort. I don't want to have to wear my body down. I don't want to have to throw too much time in it. I want to be able to literally be my own boss. I don't want to depend on anybody else or any customers. I want to just work for myself, by myself. And that's exactly how I got into trading. This gave me that opportunity. This didn't become the dream job, but this did become what I have been looking for. And it's not surprising that this doesn't happen overnight, that I got into trading and suddenly I'm filthy rich. No, this is something that I have to work hard for. This is something that I have to study and practice and get better and every day just get better. Because that's also what drives me. That also fuels the perfectionist in me. That also is something that I crave. And this fulfills that need. This gives me that. This, strangely enough, is the dream job. So I can challenge myself. I can perfect myself. And at the same time, I can just wreck and break myself with it too. Because man, there have been days when I've just been so depressed because I just can't seem to get it right. And the best thing is to just turn off the computer and go to bed. But what happens the next morning? I wake up, I do my analysis, and I get back in. And I study, and now I practice. I invest myself, I invest my time into this. Because, man, if I don't love this, if I do not enjoy this so much, I just love it. This is the funnest thing that I've ever done in my life. It's like a video game. This is the video game that has no end. This is what video game apps and those endless apps are based off of, this kind of thing where you can just keep playing and keep playing and keep playing, and they're going to keep throwing something new. And when I get good at EURUSd, well, maybe I can try GBP, JPY, and maybe I can try trading gold, and maybe I can try trading crypto. And you can just, there's like an infinite amount. Maybe I can try trading oil, or it's always something else. Maybe I'll try stocks. So it's the potential there is, it's not overwhelming, it's exciting. Like being able to just go forever. And I've gotten like video game fatigue. I've gotten app fatigue playing PUBG or playing Zookeeper Battle or playing even Angry Birds or any game that just seems to just go on forever. It's like, good grief, is there no end to these games? Like, is there no roll credits? You beat the game? Because you don't beat games anymore. You just keep playing them and they keep adding stuff. They keep adding stuff and you just keep playing and then you keep buying. And it just gets so redundant and so boring. And it's just like, what am I doing? It's the same thing with trading and watching the charts, except this possibly pay you out. This is a job. And that's what makes it so dang cool. And we still got our 2 trades, and we're still waiting. Which, yeah, isn't a problem. Because that's all part of the game. If I'm in a trade like this and it's going nowhere, I'll bust out some papercraft or a sketchbook, or I'll check Instagram for a minute and then just come back and be like, all right, have we moved a little bit? Can I put in another order? Has any of our orders closed? Like the opportunity to do stuff while trading is also there. Like, I don't have to be 100% focused on what's happening here because there's stuff going on outside. I don't have to stare at this and be like, okay, what's happening? I can just sit here and be like, okay, we're not really having any volatility right now. So it's, oh, okay, because it's 9:30 and nothing really happens right now. Maybe I started streaming a little too early. Or maybe we can look at this. We can go to Forex Tester and work on some tests and see how we're doing there. This is, remember, I don't know if you remember yesterday, I was having problems with Forex Tester. One of these charts was missing the numbers here on one side and it was just real glitchy. But luckily, let's see, volume oscillators, adapt to custom. There it is, iSessions. Luckily, I realized, okay, when did I install this? And I installed this last year, but since I installed it, they have updated it. So I was using Forex Tester 5, and I've updated to Forex Tester 6. So that is good. So now it's less glitchy. It should run fine. Unfortunately, the last test we were running has expired, or it didn't switch over, so it got deleted when I uninstalled Forex Tester 5. But this is it. Let's see what the new one looks like. All right, and we're gonna have to redo this. 5 minutes. There we go. Can't remember what I did last time. And I wish it wasn't just a big block. I kind of wish it was like a square, like on TradingView. But let's see if we can edit this a little bit. All right, so this is Asia. Asia was, what did we have Asia as? Let's check the chart with the TradingView. Asia's purple, that's right. So we're going to set that to purple. And then turn the opacity down so that it's not so blinding. Okay, Europe is, what is Europe? London is kind of a turquoise color. So that would be something like here. But let's bring the opacity down to about 40. All right, and then the US is orange. So let's go to kind of an orangey color and bring the opacity down to 40%. All right, now we apply that. And what happened? What did we do? All right, what did we do? All right, something happened. Apply. Okay, so that's Tokyo. Wait a minute, why is this? Is it because of the opacity? That may be it. So that's London. %, 40%. Let's bring that down to 30. Let's see what happens. All right, apply. Anyway, I'll figure this out off screen. Let's just get rid of this altogether. Or I guess we can keep it whatever. Okay, number of days, 25. Oh man, we're gonna have to adjust these two. All right, so I'll do this later. Let's just get rid of that. Indicators. How do we get rid of that? How do we get rid of the indicators? List of indicators. Delete all. All right. We're just gonna have to do our best. So let's see, 19. So Tokyo opens around right here. And we are now in Frankfurt is about to open. And then London opens. All right, so let's push play. Actually, I'm kind of interested. Let's see what price has done so far. It's coming down. We are in profit, negative 18 cents so far. So price is still not moving. Let's get back to the practice. Okay, so we have the 5-minute chart here, the 1-hour chart over here. And we are trading January 1st, 2023. Let's see what happens. Actually, I want to go a couple days. Let's go to the 3rd till we get to the 3rd at least. So that we can see what price is doing. And we can see where our supports and resistances are. So we're gonna that far. Let's go a little bit faster. Okay. Excellent. Good. All right. So now we have a range. We know what's okay. We have our first move. Excellent. All right. So these are backwards. Let's fix that. Chart settings. Black. Candle up. Lime green. Or this color. Oh wait, I have it selected right there. All right. And then this one we need the same thing. Black. All right, that's better. I put it backwards before. So we can see, let's get our horizontal line. The seller stepped in right here. Push price down. And then the buyers stepped in right here. Graphic element. Let's make that a little bit thicker. And let's turn that green. Okay. Let's make that one a little thicker. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we have a range. We have our sellers and we are looking to, what are we looking to do? We're in the seller zone. Price could come up. We got an area right here. Right about here. And we can look at possible price target. We have a nice little gap right there. So let's make these a little thicker at a trend line. And that did absolutely nothing. Okay, okay. Alrighty. There we go. So, are we selling or are we buying? I think we're selling, and if price comes up to here, we're selling. If price comes up to here, we're selling. But we could probably continue to sell from here, sell, sell, and then of course, sell from here, and then sell from here. These are all the places we are looking at selling. And that is what we're going to do. If price drops below, we're going to keep selling. So let's go ahead and see what price does. All right, let's sell this. So we're going to sell. We'll go for and 30 pips. 0.01. Let's get a little nutty here. Let's go 0.02 and sell. All right. Oh wait, did they change how it's done? Where is my take profit? Oh, I didn't set it. That's great. I've made the order, but I didn't set it. Okay, so 0.02, we're looking at 60 cents. All right, we just gotta wait and watch. This is a great place to sell. So we're gonna have to close this one manually if it comes into profit. What was it? 0.02? How is it already at 420? Okay, let's pause this. Actually, if it comes up here again, then we'll sell that too. Come on, a little higher. A little higher. I need you to push up just a bit. That's good. Let's sell this. What I didn't do was enter that and then sell. There we go. So our take profit is right here. And our stop loss is way up there. What is our stop loss at? Take profit. Actually, anyway, let's okay, so I would like to, do I want to sell that? I should have sold that, but you know, it's no big loss because we're still in. And price looks like it's doing exactly what we expect it to do. And if it keeps going up, we will continue to sell. At this point, we have 2 orders open and we are quite all right. Excellent. Check it out. So we are now $3 in profit. And I feel comfortable just closing everything, even at 180, because we messed up. So let's just close everything. Close all positions and orders, which gives us a profit of $1.80, which is fine. And that's how you're supposed to average yourself out of a losing trade. Fortunately, it doesn't always work that way. And I'm going to have to figure this out because those numbers were way out of control. They did not look right at all. So let's pull these over just a little bit so that we can really see what's going on here. All right, and we're still doing the same thing. We're still selling. The price gets to... And see, and if I would have stayed in, it looks like price is continuing to go down, but I didn't feel good about the whole thing, so I just got out, and I'm not crying over spilled milk because, yeah, I could have made a lot of money, but I could have also lost more. So it's better just to get out, reset, and then check what's going on. And that's what I need to do. I need to figure out what is happening here. So I'm going to throw another test out. I think this is a good place. Let's go to 0.01. We'll start with that. And then we'll sell again. And did it finally correct? Is that right? I think it might finally be right. Oh, I did it again. All right, let's try that again one more time. There we go. Okay. All right, that's okay. So with the old one, I had to put in, it was points, not it was in points and not in is it still? Okay, what is the price we're buying at? 553. Guess that's, we'll see. Let's just speed things up a little bit. Okay, what in the world? I guess you can't do that. That's very confusing. I'm gonna have to look at this again and figure out what in the world and why it didn't let us close. It broke through, it closed, and I mean we should have been in the money. See, does it? Come on. Let's just see what happens. I just want to see what happens if you're going to take. And that should have been a clean close right there. Yeah, that should have been a close. What's going on? Okay, so 4 points. So it is using points. This is, okay, this is confusing. Very confusing. Anyway, I'm gonna close it. Let's close now. Let's just get this done. Close all positions. Oh, that's a crazy spread there. All right, so I think it is still 330. Anyway, it's good to make mistakes. It's good to experiment because that's the only way you learn. If I went into this perfect and you guys didn't see what a clueless idiot I could be sometimes, then you would think that you'd have to be the same way. But no, you have to look dumb before you look smart. You know, you have to be the fool before you can be the king. So, do I want to... I mean, and we're still up 80 cents, so given that this is just a test, and we're just trying to figure out the system, it's no big deal. So we're waiting for price to go up. And if it goes up, we'll certainly sell it. Actually, let's go ahead and make these bigger. If it taps that, we're dropping it. But let's check on what price is doing. And it is still not going anywhere. We're only out 50 cents, which is not too bad. So let's go back to the practice. All right. This looks like a good place to sell. So let's go 50 and 30. So that should be 30 points, 350 points, which equates to 3 pips. Sell it. But why does it look, and it should not be at 230? What in the world? Where is it even? Oh man, I did it again. All right, this is a good place to sell. So we're going to put that in. There we go. That's what it should look like. All right. Okay, so yeah, that looks accurate now. Does that look accurate? I don't know. Anyway, we'll work on it. We'll get better. We will definitely get better at this. Oh, I see it almost went up. There we go. And this is a good spot to open up another order. And this is maybe a great spot. Or we may be playing ourselves here. But I'm still looking to sell because we are still below here. And our margin is at 180, which is not ideal. And we're just waiting. What is price gonna do? You gonna come down? Or are you gonna make me go to you? Look at that, we're at 17, negative 17. We're kind of just bouncing around here. So we're bouncing off of this support line, or this point of interest line right there. And I'm still counting on the sellers stepping in there. Come on, there they go. That is what I would want to see. So there is some interest here at this price. There seems to be a lot of interest here. And I can't open up any more orders because I'm overextended. 200 is good, but man. Just watching and waiting now. Let's see. And the good thing about this is that as opposed to this live trading where we got to wait forever for each one of these bars, I can't speed this up. This is real time. This is happening right now. It is unfolding presently. With the Forex Tester, I can turn up the speed, I can slow it down, I can pause it. So that's a luxury that you can't afford in real life. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn up the speed. Look at this trade that I would have been in for a long time. Bam, look at that. Oh man, that is fab-oo. Let's go ahead and close this one while we're at it. So that's a skill that I learned from Jasper Forex. Jean taught me that. Does it work every time? This could have very easily gone up and stopped out every one of my trades. But we anticipate the move. We see that the buyer, it's a seller's market right now. The buyers are pushing up, but since the sellers are so aggressive, it's safe to assume that they're waiting to get a good price. They're waiting for price to come back, and then they're going to sell more. And this is exactly what I was anticipating. And as you can see, closed, 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 closed. Man, fantastic. I think we're getting the hang of it again. We're getting back in the groove. And sometimes this happens like that in real life. You can see this action right here. If I would have been selling, it would have happened really fast. Within 2 hours, could have closed so many sells. Like even on the 1 minute. Opportunities everywhere. But as it stands right now, we are just waiting for price to do something. This is live. But this is where like the magic happens. This is where you hone that skill, hone that craft, where you learn how to work with the chart, where you learn how, okay, what is this? And what should I expect here? Because some people would have bought. They would have bought, kept buying, expecting price to go up. And then this happens. So you have to get in front of the move. And ranges are the perfect place to do that. But I think that's going to do it for now. I think we've done a fair amount of exercises. We looked at the chart. We saw what we were expecting price to test here and come down here at least. So I'm selling here, waiting for London to open. We'll probably get a small spike during London and then the drop. So it might look something like this. We'll get an up move during right before London, and then price comes down. It might even stay up here through London, and once New York opens, then price might come down. But that's the anticipation. This is the action we are anticipating. A move like this. And then after that, we'll see what happens. We also looked at our new $50 live account where we are up 30 cents and we are waiting to see what happens next. And we did some Forex Tester 6, the new and improved version, which I'm really pleased with it. I like what it's doing. And our balance was $100 and we are up $11.50, which is nice. It's nice to see that. So I think that'll do it for now. We'll go ahead and shut it down. I might get on again later, but I'll probably stream again in the morning. If anybody likes Minecraft, I play Minecraft and I just kind of zone out and enjoy it and go into a meditation and try to get ready for the New York Open. So thank you so much, viewer in the back. I hope you found this very, very insightful, and who knows, maybe you want to join the team. But everybody else that stopped by, thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was fun. And of course, always remember, neurons that fire together, wire together. This is Neon Neuron signing out. See you next time. Man, that tester session was pretty fun, huh? It's kind of fun. I had fun. I like figuring things out. It's fun. Fun.